Okay guys, my most requested video at the moment is tips and tricks or some kind of guide on how to get started with digital art. So here I am sharing my knowledge and experience so you can be a great digital artist into the wonderful world of digital art. I'm going to separate this guide into two parts. Part 1, today, we're going to look into tablets and software and things that I think you should look into to get your journey as a digital artist kickstarted just right. Everything that I'm going to be talking about in these videos, including the products, is based on my knowledge and my experience. Hashtag not sponsored. So if you're ready to become a digital artist, I'm ready to share all my knowledge with you. Let's get started. Okay, first thing we're going to go through is the hardware. Of course, you can just use your finger on your smartphone. Heck, I've even seen some pretty amazing drawings created that way. But in most cases, it's actually just a pain in the butt. What I'm going to talk about is equipment that you can use that was made for drawing. So, if you want to start doing digital art, you should definitely get a tablet of some kind. When it comes to drawing tablets, there are two major types on the market right now. There's regular drawing tablets and display tablets. Display tablets are drawing tablets with an inbuilt screen. It doesn't necessarily have to have an operating system of its own. For instance, I have a Wacom Cintiq 13 HD display tablet. It's hooked up to my computer using a whole bunch of cables, and it functions both as a drawing tablet and a second screen. A regular tablet is also plugged into the computer, but it requires you to draw on the tablet while you look at the screen. These tablets are amazing for beginners, and you get used to look at the screen while drawing on the table pretty fast. I looked some prices up on Amazon.com on some of the popular tablets. You have probably heard of Wacom before. They are probably the most known manufacturer of drawing tablets, and I have always owned their products. The starting price for a regular tablet from Wacom is usually $70 to $80. Their cheapest display tablet comes at approximately $800, and their most expensive model is over $2,000. In the recent years, there has been another drawing tablet manufacturer that's come forth and added to the competition on the market. They're called HIYA and also specializes in drawing tablets. I have not personally tried any of the products, but the reviews have been pretty good and they have very desirable prices compared to Wacom. You can get a tablet from HIYA for $30. Their cheapest display tablet is about $400. And their most expensive one is approximately $800. While I was on Amazon, I was also able to find some other brands of drawing tablets, but I've never heard of them, so I can't personally vouch for them. If any of you guys out there have a tablet that is neither Wacom or HIYA, please tell us in the comments below why we should or should definitely not check them out. So when you go hunting for your first drawing tablet, set your mind on some different models that you're interested in and read some reviews on them. One of the most important features to keep an eye out for is if it supports pressure sensitivity. I would normally say, don't bother buy a tablet that does not support pressure sensitivity. It's just not worth it. Besides drawing tablets, there is of course the iPad Pro. It's the model that came out along with an Apple Pencil. I have only tried the iPad Pro a couple of times, but I am convinced I'm getting one, because it really blew my mind. The pen pressure and the angle sensitivity are very precise. The absolute only downside was the feeling of drawing on glass. But you can always just get some third-party film to put over the screen, and it resolves the issue. A pro to the iPad Pro is that it's very mobile and it has its own operating system and therefore not dependent on having a laptop with you all the time. The con, of course, is the price. If you get the smaller 10.5-inch iPad, you can save some money but I would definitely need the 12.9 inch in order for it to work for me, and it's pretty pricey. But perhaps you already have an old tablet lying around and you'd like to start with drawing on that instead of getting an iPad or drawing tablet immediately. If that's the case, then I recommend that you get yourself a stylus. Wacom has developed styluses for regular tablets for some time, and I have acquired 2 myself. I can use them to draw some things, but I find that the strokes are lagging and the pressure sensitivity is non-existing. And I can't rest my hand on the screen while I draw. That's a major setback for me. I actually ended up just using those styluses for when I'm editing my pictures for Instagram. There are some pretty darn good styluses out there, but it pretty much depends on what kind of tablet you have. I definitely recommend that you look up some reviews before buying one. Okay, so once you have decided which kind of tablet you're going to get, it's time to consider the software. In other words, it's the program that you'll be using to draw in. I myself use Photoshop. I have been using Photoshop for digital art for over 10 years. The program Photoshop itself was not only made for drawing, but for image manipulation and editing in general. With Photoshop you get much more than just a drawing program, and with its high popularity, it will always be easy to find other artists that use it as well. Paint Tool SAI is probably also a name you've heard before. This program is loved and preferred by a lot of artists and is also very popular. It doesn't have all the extra features that Photoshop comes with, but in return you get a program that was purposely made for drawing. Paint Tool SAI is known for having an amazing brush set, which both paints and blends at the same time. Autodesk has also developed a program called Sketchbook. You can get it for both PC and your tablet. I haven't personally explored this program very much, but I see a lot of the artists I follow use it, but it's definitely worth checking out. If you have the iPad Pro, you should try Procreate. This drawing app lets you use layers and make your own brushes and set up complex tab shortcuts, and you can export a file for other software such as Photoshop. Recently, a port of the popular Clip Studio Paint was made for the iPad as well. You can also get this for your computer. It was known before as Manga Studio and is acknowledged as a really good painting software. All of the software I just mentioned comes at a price, and these are the approximate prices that I was able to find. Photoshop is about $15 a month. Autodesk Sketchbook is about $5 a month. Clip Studio Paint for your computer is a one-time buy and ranges between $50 to $219, depending on the version that you want to have. For the iPad, it's a subscription and you get it for $9 a month. Paint Tool SAI is also a one-time buy and is $70. Procreate for the iPad is $10 and it's also a one-time buy. Most of these programs have 1 month of free trial. I suggest you download the trials of those you find interesting and try them out before deciding which one to get. There are also a bunch of free drawing programs. I haven't personally looked too much into them because I always use Photoshop, but I've left a link in the description of this video to a list of free drawing programs that you can check out. I also have some things that I want to mention that you can start looking into if you want to get a solid good start with digital art. These are subjects that I love to explore myself and that I feel like really helped me to get to where I am today. First one is go find drawing time lapses. You learn so much from watching other artists draw. You're able to pick up small things that will inspire you to try new techniques, and you learn so much from experimenting. If you're able to find real-time videos of drawings as well, then you have hit the jackpot. You'll be able to see all the little details that an artist include, and I bet you'll have a lot of wow moments. Second tip is to go look at high-resolution paintings. You'll be surprised how much you can learn from being able to look very close at details like this. Sometimes you'll find that what looked very pretty and rendered from a distance actually is pretty sketchy and looks undone when you come up close. It demonstrates how not everything in a painting needs to be perfect in order for it to work as a whole. Third point, check out tutorials on color and value theory. This applies to all artists, not just digital artists. Sometimes a proper color combination or great values can save an otherwise dull image. These are some of the major players in painting, and you should at least touch the surface of it. Colors and values are really important. If you're not completely comfortable starting out with 100% digital art, you can always bring in a traditional drawing and finish it digitally. I used to line and ink my drawings traditionally and then scan them in and color them in Photoshop. From I got my first drawing tablet until I actually started creating my art 100% digitally, it took at least 10 years. But that's a line you'll have to draw for yourself and at your own pace. So this is the end of part 1 of my beginner's guide to digital art. In part 2, I will introduce some of the core principles of drawing digitally, such as creating the correct type of document, how to set up your workspace and shortcuts. I'll also go over how to use and make your own brushes. And finally, I'll introduce you to the amazing possibilities of layers and masks. And of course, we are also going to take a good look at the basic blending techniques. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. It really means the world to me. Subscribe to my channel if you want more drawing videos. And if you have some questions, leave them in the comments below. Thank you again so much for watching. It really means the world to us. So until next time, take care. Bye!
These are my notes. I'm going to stick them here so that I remember.
Everything. Shut up, rats! Stop drinking! Shh. Hits.
It's freezing.
Hair. Whoops.